Hey, everyone. This is Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach, and we are back for another day of how to bring social balance to your content creation routine. We are in day 4. Glad to see everyone here. Let's get busy. How's everyone doing today? All right. So, listen, we're going to hop right in and hop right out. I've got a full day ahead of me, but I did want to make sure we covered another building block as you continue to think about how are you creating content that's going to be useful to you, that you're going to have that balance, that yin and that yang, that everything is going to make sense to those who you're trying to connect in your audiences, and how you can do that with a sense of balance, and that you're not coming across as, like we like to call, salesy. So today we're going to focus as the cover presents. We're going to focus on part 4, which really is an area which I think you all are very, very comfortable. And that is the fact that you are the expert, as we like to call it. So today, oops, sorry guys. That's not it. That's not it either. Okay. Our focus today is going to be E4 for expert. So I am Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach for the content creation and tips space. And it's a Facebook group where we connect and educate those who want to grow their business using content marketing strategies and tips. So sorry guys, my little screen keeps doing that. So again, over at the Content Tips and More Facebook group is where you can find me and a copy of this training video should you be watching this as part of a promotion. So I want to make sure you get that. If you haven't already done so, head on over to thesmallbizsociety.com is where you can click the join button and I'll get you in quickly. Just answer 3 simple questions, okay? And then you are in life blood. Now, if also you have the opportunity, come on over to my website, keepitsimplecoach.info. There you'll find my blog and also information, upcoming events, and resources that you can use for your business. That being said, we're going to get right into today's session. Let me pull up our screen. Okay. Hold on one sec. My PowerPoint does not want to show up. Hold on. Let's try that again. Share. There we go. Now it wants to show up. I don't know, guys. Some days are just better than others. That's all I can say. All right, so let's do a quick recap. So the whole process over the course of this particular week is we're focusing on social media as one of the components when it comes to your content creations. And we're really focusing on creating social media types of posts. So I'm created for you a mind map. So these are what I consider to be the 6 hallmark, the 6 pillars of social media posts. And I call it the E to the 6th power because there's 6 pieces. And the reason why I focus on it from a balance perspective is just that you want to have equal representation around different ways that you're going to be able to connect and engage with your followers as well as your customers and those who will soon to be converted from followers to customers, right? And so you want to be able to take people through the sales journey and be able to go take them through an opportunity where they'll be able to know, like, and trust you. And in order to do that, it's going to take a little time. Content marketing is not a quick fix. However, it is a way for you to make those personal connections with your intended audience. And so what you see here is a mind map that I've put together as a visual representation. So you'll have that to kind of get a snapshot in your head. And so day 1, just as a quick recap, we talked about that. How are there opportunities for you to create social posts that are about encouragement, being able to put inspirational quotes or scriptures, how you can share testimonies, things along those lines, and personal photos as well. Um, E2, block two, is a component that has to do with educating. So if you're starting to notice, so educating again, you start to bring your knowledge and being able to educate your particular followers and your clients. And again, these are going to be in the form of doing a FAQ, doing live streaming, article, blogs, your tips, your ticks, trips, tips and tricks, data, maybe a case study, and infographics. All of those are ways in which you can educate your audience. And then there's engagements, what we covered yesterday. And in engagement, we're talking about how you can engage, again, beyond just them having the passive engagement where they're just reading and absorbing. Now is that opportunity is how do you touch them in such a way that they will respond back to you? And the way in which they can do that is by answering a poll, answering a particular question or that you ask, have them fill in a blank on a particular prompt, create a quiz that they can give an answer to, create a competition, let them be able to provide survey feedback for you that's again around some of those what I call subcomponents of your particular solution in your niche. Write a caption for a particular photo. These are things that's also supposed to be fun, lighthearted, not always serious all the time. Also, here's an opportunity that maybe you have not utilized yet, and that is an opportunity to do what we call user-generated content. How can you bring in your followers and your potential customers and current clients, have them to be able to share back and give you photographs of them wearing your maybe your jewelry, maybe using your face care products, giving feedback on a result of a weight loss program if you're doing those types of things. Um, So those are the people aspects when it comes to engagement. So today we circle back so that the onus goes back to you and another opportunity for things to get highlighted as you are now the expert. Here's a window that you'll be able to feel really comfortable in, one would hope, right? Because you bring in expertise to the table in the form of your solution, be it a service or be it a product. And so when we think about being the expert, just like you educated, right? You're educating people because of that expertise. Now, as an expert, you kind of want to let people know you are the expert. Okay, so now you get to put a little spotlight on you. And what will that look like? So, as an expert type of a social media post, you have an opportunity to, again, share your knowledge. Give a snippet of information that really highlights and showcases you are an expert in your field and in your industry. You also have an opportunity to maybe do a component of your story. What is something that you've experienced that you be able to give a bit of a little nugget and sharing that with your audience that they may not know a lot about. Your storytelling, as was covered in a prior session, is really about how you became who you are, that your why behind why you do what you do. And if you can drop those seeds often enough, this is that way of being able to make those personal connections with your intended audience. So the other opportunities too in that story, it could be how you came to be where you are. It could be the failure points. It could be your successes. It could be your education. It just could be the types of connections that you're making with your customers, as well as even working with your team. So all of those are about your storytelling and how you can highlight those in the social post as an expert. Another type of expert post that you can do is, again, behind the scenes, giving people an inside look on maybe how you produce your skincare line without giving away all the ingredient secrets, obviously. But maybe it's the way you perform your packaging, that you put a lot of heart and soul into it. Maybe it's how you write a blog post. everything doesn't have to be centered around the product. So I always want to keep in mind that, for some of us who are much more service based, and also in the case of my behind the scenes, is always a little bit more um, closed because of the type of work I do. I don't have necessarily the opportunity to share all of my successes when it comes to my clients because I'm working in public school settings. I'm working with principals and superintendents and the like. So I can't be out saying, oh, we just solved this problem. No, because coaching is personal. And so there's a little bit of a difference. I like to be able to protect that relationship in as such. But I could certainly be able to say, hey, I'm heading over to client XYZ without giving out the farm. But, and here's what we're working on without having to give away the privacy aspects of it. But so there are ways in which you can go about it. So I know sometimes when we think about coaches in consulting, it is a private matter because you're working with a private company and you don't put those people's business out on the street, but you can certainly still be able to share how you are going about your day and things along those lines. Obviously, when this is being recorded, we are a bit still inside of a COVID situation. And so being out in the field is not as routine. However, so a lot of my work I'm doing is inside of Zoom calls and the like. But nonetheless, behind the scenes is another great way of showing your expertise. So always kind of think about there's little opportunities where you can take a photo of yourself doing something, or maybe even if it's just your messy desk. And how is it that you're just in deep thought and you're really thinking about your customers and how you can bring value to them, and you just wanted to show people that you're caring. So the whole point around the behind the scenes is just that. Give a little glimpse, let people know that you're not a robot at the end of the day. Another opportunity in your format of showing in your social posts is how you can promote your blog. I keep bringing this up because it is content that you should be doing as a business operator, uh, product or service. If that is not a practice that you have been in the habit of, we're going to be covering that subject matter very soon. And so we can break through that ice and get you guys going with respect to adopting that as a part of your content creation, because it is a really useful piece that can have some great returns for you once you understand what it is and how you can do it. And that it's not going to be something that you'll be overwhelmed with as well. So those are the components of social posts using your expert lens and bringing that level of balance. So that's item number 4. Let's go here. I'm going to stop sharing and get out. All right. So as always, I got to give you a little bundle of joy called a freebie. So let's pull that up. Let's see what we got here. And today, let's see what we got. We put this inside. This is number expert. Okay, here is expert. Let me pop that inside of the group so you guys have it. Those of you who aren't watching live, let me put this underneath the video so you have that inside the group. For those of you who are watching this as a recording and you are not part of the group, I want you to head on over to the group and then you can get access to the tip as well and the template that I'm providing for you today. There we go. So, okay, so that's inside of the group. You got that. And then I'm going to pop on over to Canva. So each one of the segments, I have created for you a simple done for you template that highlights some of the different types of social posts that you could utilize and start to create your content. So this week, we're just really focusing on creating these different social posts so that next week, we're going to get into how do you manage your social media and getting all this going. And then again, always know that what I'm providing you is an opportunity to use the templates and rinse and repeat. So this is repurposing tools that you'll have access to as well. Let me pop on over to the Canva site. There we go. Okay. Make sure you guys can see. Everybody got it? All right. So today, I created two for you. So remember, these are simply templates that you can access. When you click on your link, you'll have access to the template and then simply add it to your library. And then you can simply make the edits that work for you in regards to that. So just take you through a quick demo. So the first one that I did, let me just make sure I put in here educate, expert. And as always, I put inside the notes all four of the different types of expert types of social posts that you can create. So you can utilize that as just a reminder. But I just kind of put this one together. So this one is simply a simply wanted to, like, did you know? So again, you're sharing your expertise or again your story. So in this case, it's, well, hi, I'm Kim could be the series, right? So hi, I'm Kim will always be there. And then you just keep dropping these little nuggets across your social posting. And so this one could simply be like, hi, like, did you know? And then at the bottom, I worked in 3 different industries before I found my sweet spot in digital design. So again, like, how many things, how many different careers did you have before you ended up doing what you're doing right now? That is a simple post. Again, it's part of your story. How did you get to where you are and do what you do? And why do you do what you do? Those are all questions that you can ask yourself as a part of sharing your story as the expert that you are. Another one. So again, always know you can change the font, you can change the colors, you can change the photographs. These little icons here, these are all groups. Ungroup them, put the other ones in here. These are just elements, by the way. So simply go over here to the elements and find the icons that make work for you. If you are, for instance, in the beauty and you want to type in, so I just type in beauty, in the elements, right? I might have find eyelashes and I might want to put those there. Or I might want to put lips there. Or I might want to put lotion bottles or anything along those lines. There's simply all of these different little icons that you can put here, just again to give a little glimpse, a little emphasis around who you are and what you do. That's all that these icons kind of represent. Okay, so think about, how do you want to enhance your social posts with little elements? Doesn't have to be a lot. It doesn't have to get busy, um, but still be able to tell the story. Okay, so this is a template. Again, rinse and repeat. You can make this statement here in the did you know, another little nugget about your story. That's simple. And then the other one I just kind of put together for you guys is, again, the new blog post. Again, this is the image for the social post. The copy is another layer. A copy obviously is going to be, tell about the blog, give a little precursor. Newest blog is about X, Y, and Z. The photographs here, this is just an icon. This is an element I just happened to pull. I changed it. I used my brand colors, but I also then took it down a notch because it's fairly dark. So you can take your transparencies and totally make it different just by taking the transparency down. I took this down to 50%. So when I take it from here, look at the difference. Now, you may like it like that, and that's great. And then in some cases, might want to soften it up a bit, and that's where you can just use the transparencies. And it gives a whole lot different feel, right? It's a lot lighter, a lot airier in the weight and color of the post. So again, depending on your branding and what you want to come across, you do what works for you. Same thing with the font, use standardizing, and then also the photo in the back. Simple enough, just find the image that best represents either a theme that you use for your blog post. Some of us use themes and we're just very consistent, and no matter what the subject is, the backgrounds are always in this certain theme. Or you change up your photos to represent what the subject matter is about in your blog post. So whatever one works for you is fine. Simply change out the photo in the background. Okay. So those are just two examples. I'll probably add some more, you guys. I just had a chance to get those two inside for you. So hopefully you find those to be useful. But remember, you've got like one, two, three, four. You got like 5 different types of social posts just for the expert. Okay. So there's that. All right. Now, today's highlight. Hold on one second. Okay. So another social post that another social graphic tool that you can consider is called Easel. I'm going to bring this one up. This is a pretty cool tool as well, I think. Here we go. I want you to check this one out. It's different, but again, sometimes, it's always good to know what's out there, what fits inside of your style and your personality. Is it not coming up? Oh, I thought I had one for Easel. Okay, let me pull up the website real quick. And I'll put the link in there. Okay, it's coming up on my screen. Okay. Can I see it? Can you see it? Oh, let me do a quick share. All right, so here is another tool called Easel, another graphic design cloud-based application that you could use. Again, simply choose your size, choose your layouts. They have the different ones already kind of done for you in the template file formats. There's an opportunity for you to build out your text. So if you want to change out your text, you can use their fonts or use their fonts. You have an opportunity also to utilize images. Not only you can search through their library. So if we put in beauty, they have a whole level of different photographs. What I find different about the Easel app versus some others is I always find it quite interesting that their images and stuff are not always coming from the same places, which is nice. If everybody's using Canva, then we're all got the same, you have access to all the photos. So it's always, here's the thing that I know about Canva. Never go like with the first set of pictures that you see as a result of something. Always dig a little farther down, scroll down and dig a little deeper, and go for images that you haven't seen before. And also, you also don't just have to use the Canva images or any of the images there. You can find photos with tons and tons of different royalty-free types of photographs that you could utilize as well. But again, they have the same thing. They have the elements. This is a little bit more organized, I think, in some ways. You have your borders, you have your shapes, your masks, your icons. So they kind of have things a little bit more differently organized, but again, adding the same sense of controls that you have. And you're being able to here use your tools across the top. So it's just organized a little different. And then here you have your assets. So again, bringing up your own products that you may have. And then here they work on the levels of layers. So there's a little difference. So this really kind of reminds me more of like Photoshop in the fact that it kind of breaks things down and organizes information in that perspective. So if you've been used to using a Photoshop type of an application, you'll probably be feeling much more comfortable over here on the Easel side. But anyway, it's just another tool that you can use to create your social posts. Oh, I didn't put a little Easel in there. I'll pop that up. So Easel is the tool that I just demoed. That it could be something else that you can consider looking as my highlight software for today for creating social post creations. All right, so let's do a quick review. So today we talked about things that are being defined as expert and being able to highlight your expertise. And you're going to be able to do that through your storytelling, being able to do a shout out or do a shout out to either your team or to a customer, as well as maybe a behind the scenes type of a photo or video. Doesn't just have to be flat. Always remember you can do video. And then there's an opportunity for maybe promote your blog. That's another area of expertise where, again, you're highlighting your thoughts, your ideas, and being able to share that in a format. And then the way of, you can also do screenshots. So depending on what you're doing, you may be able to do a screenshot of something and being able to share that image with your followers and teams to let them show, like, this is how you do something. You can do that. Also doing a quick how to do. You can also have that as an opportunity as well. This is part of that screenshot and highlighting something and how to do something. That's what a screenshot type of photo would be. And that, my friends, is everything you need to know for today on being balanced in your social posts. And we're going to let you guys go for today. Always get ready for tomorrow. We'll have another one. You can always hit this replay button as well. And don't forget to visit us over in the space for the social media, um, our content creations and more space. Go head on over to smallbizsociety.com where you can join the content creations and more team as well. Alrighty. Thanks so much, you guys. This is Dr. Yam, your Keep It Simple coach. Let's get busy. Bye.